Welcome to Yoga by Beka. Today is day 11 of the 30-day yoga challenge. Trying to do yoga every single day for 30 days consecutively. When you're ready, sit down on your mat in crisscross applesauce with your palms on your knees face up and just get into a meditative state. Your back is straight. The crown of your head is upright, focusing on the breath, finding a deep rhythm breath that you can stick with throughout your practice. Breathe deeply in and deeply out. When ready, get into tabletop position, your knees under your hips, wrists under the shoulders. Flex your feet so that you're on your toes and slowly rock forward with your shoulders going over the wrists and back. Then switch hand positions to where your fingers are facing each other and again, front and back. Flip your palms to where your fingertips are facing your knees, and again rock forward and backwards, stretching out your feet and the same time warming up your wrists. Sit back on your heels and slowly bend your elbows, getting an even deeper stretch in your wrists. Extend the hands out flat in front of you and tend to the fingers, stretching all along and down your arms. Slowly lift back up into tabletop position. Sit up and shake the wrists out. Get back into tabletop position. And breathe in and dip the belly down, looking up, opening the shoulders. And exhale, pushing the spine towards the ceiling, sucking the belly button in towards the spine and dipping the chin under. Do a few cat-cows. And then slowly extend the right arm out, left leg behind you. Practicing your balance, release. Swing your right leg over to the side, stretch over left one way and the other in a modified side plank position. Swing the leg back around and this time extend the left arm in front of you, the right foot behind you. Tightening your core, keeping a flat back. Then swing that left leg out as a stool, like a peg leg, a little stand, and then lift that right arm over the head, first one direction and then the other in a modified side plank. Put both feet at the bottom of the mat into plank position. Slowly rock forward and hugging the elbows towards your rib cage. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Pull up into cobra. Then release down. Widen your feet to be as wide apart as the mat. Put the elbows under the shoulders and get into this Sphinx position. Slowly straighten the elbows into seal pose. Flex the butt. Tense the legs. And slowly release. Slowly straighten the elbows again, back into seal pose. Then relax and lower back down. Push yourself up and back from tabletop position back into child's pose. Then push the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Move in any different way that you feel is going to feel good for you. Pedal out your feet. Bending first one knee, then another, coming up on your toe. Really stretching out those hamstrings. Lift the right leg high in the sky into three-legged dog. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Get up on your left toes. And then slowly pull that knee through to your center and squeeze it to your chest, curving the spine. Then lower down in between your hands. Let the left knee fall down to the mat into low lunge. Breathe in and pull your arms high in the sky, opening the chest. Left arm goes to the front, right arm goes into the back, into a spinal twist in your low lunge, facing your right side. Keeping your hips facing forward. Release, place your hands back down to the ground and turn your foot to face the side of the mat and sit back on that hip. Stand up into a center standing straddle. Lift up halfway with a flat back and then release back down. Pull yourself up again and flip your toes to be pointing outwards and sit down into goddess pose. Slowly lift up. Turn the toes inward a bit and hinge on your hips back down into center standing straddle. Lift up halfway. And now sit back your bum and hips on the other side of your foot to runner's lunge. Pull yourself back up and face the front again. Your right foot is in front, left is in back. Both knees are very bent. This is crescent lunge. Keep your trunk and your core tight. And try to evenly distribute your weight, being balanced on both of your legs, tensing them, flexing them. Now release, step back into plank position. Rock forward slightly, slowly lower down chaturanga. Then pull the torso up into cobra or three-legged dog, opening the chest. Tuck the chin and push your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high in the sky. Stack the hips and bend that knee, point the toe. Come up on your left or your right toes, tippy toes, and pull that left knee in through to your core and step it down between your hands. Lower that right knee down on the mat. Catch a wave and pull those hands high in the air on your inhalation to low lunge. Breathe in deep and then exhale and twist with your right arm in front, left arm goes in the back into a nice side spinal twist in low lunge. Release and place the hands down by your front foot. Lift that back knee off the mat. Straighten the legs. And let's do a runner's lunge. But then pull yourself back up into center standing straddle. Slowly lower up, flat back, release back down. Get your heels to point more inward. Your toes are now facing outward and sink down into goddess position, bending the knees generally. The knees are wide apart. Focus on your breathing, breathing in deeply and breathing out. Your hands can be resting lightly on the tops of your thighs or in prayer position, or just clasp them together. Straighten the knees. Swan dive back down into a forward fold. Your heels should be out further and the toes pointing slightly inward to protect the knees. Bend that right knee and now do a runner's lunge on that right side. Turn to face the short end of the mat. Your left leg is forward, right is stepped back. Both knees are bent very generously. Breathe in and pull your hands up to the sky into crescent lunge. Feel the weight of your body being supported by both legs. Your legs are tense and strong and carrying the full load. Release, set your hands down, step back. You are now in plank position. Rock forward slightly. Lower your body down, chaturanga. Pull the chest up into cobra. Tuck the chin and curl yourself under, raising the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Try to push your belly to be closer to your thighs. Then catch a wave and uncurl your body forward and down into plank position. Bend the elbows and lower your body down into chaturanga. But when you hit the mat, get up into tabletop and push your hips all the way back to do child's pose. With your arms stretched in front of you, slowly rock left and right, releasing any tension. Pull your knees together and then sit back with your hands behind you by your feet. In this version, a child's pose. Letting your body be completely heavy, focusing on breathing in through your nose and out while releasing all muscle and body control all throughout your body. Just let it be heavy. Push your chest up and transition into crisscross applesauce. And just end your time on the mat with a nice meditation. Breathe deeply in and deeply out. Thank you so much for sticking with yoga with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you'll like and subscribe. Have a great day.